Welcome back to Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook and the boss is in the house. Scott Tanker is here. It is breakfast with the boss. That makes me the employee, which is all good. It is fine. I will learn from the master. Good morning, Scott. How are you today?
Mark, you are such a pleasant person to be around. I love it.
I try.
You do. You look great again today.
I try.
Did you have a good week?
It's all effort. Of course I had a great week.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I try not to have bad weeks. That's no good.
Well, if you had a bad one, I want to know about it because we'll get rid of that fast.
Well, I think it's more that you like misery loves company. One of those deals.
I'm a very happy man.
I know. I'm just kidding.
We were having a great show today, as you know. Breakfast with the Boss is a show where we allow people to show their passion about the things they do. And we meet every Thursday morning from 9:30 to 10 roughly on RadioVisionNetwork.com. We've had some very interesting guests.
Yeah.
But today we have a really interesting guest that can make you and me better.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I want you to say hello to Emmy Kirschner. Emmy, how are you?
Hi, I'm awesome. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again, too.
Yeah.
Emmy is a coach, author, and a speaker regarding you and your health. I don't know how else to say it. She will, with your help, but you have to be there with her, will help you learn how to make yourself better in so many different ways. And today we're going to talk to you more about that.
Yeah.
Now, last time we met with Emmy, she was out there creating internet books, e-books, and creating and having business engagements with corporate executives.
She does so much I can't keep up. It's like I tried to read these sheets real quick because I know that she's got a new ebook coming out that we really want to promote, but there's so much other stuff. It was like, Emmy, my first question is, do you ever sleep?
Right.
7 hours a night.
7 hours. Wow, you actually get that much? Because judging by this, it's like 2.5 tops.
That's what I thought.
Tops.
Three.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to prioritize my day around how much sleep I'm getting. And I'm a consistent 7, occasionally a little less, sometimes a little bit more.
But this is a key to healthy living.
It is totally a key.
It's part, you see what I did there, right? So now we can expound on that getting a good night's sleep is really the foundation to changing your life and living a better life. Is that the number one thing that people don't do?
Yeah. I can't even tell you how many people I run into that they're getting 5-6 hours of sleep on a regular basis. And that, I mean, they understand why they're tired, but then they wonder why they have food cravings, or they're gaining weight, or they're getting sick all the time. Sleep is one of the pieces that once you change it or you shift it and you're sleeping a little bit more, your health skyrockets.
It's like the biggest booster that you can give yourself is just by sleeping a little bit more.
Well, is it sleeping a little bit more on a disciplined every night at the same time, going to bed basis, or is it just?
That would be awesome.
That's what I think we're getting at here, is that we tend to function better when we're on a disciplined, regimented basis.
I knew I was doing it right.
You know, and that's why I'm doing it wrong. Because I am not on a disciplined, regimented basis. And oftentimes I think it hits me in a way that's not good. Not
around 3 o'clock?
Not just that, but just when you need to push for that extra energy, you say, you know what, I got this project to do. Should I do it now or just wait till tomorrow morning? When you really could do it now, but you're pooped, but you don't know why you're pooped.
Yeah.
You say, well, you say, heck with it, and I'll just walk away from it. I'll go eat something.
Exactly.
Or I'll go do something that probably isn't as good as I should be doing, which is taking care of business.
Right.
Well, and it affects your ability to focus and be productive.
Right.
So if you're sleeping a little bit more, you're actually going to gain time during the day because you can get what you need to done twice as fast.
Without floundering.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back to go forward. Let's tell us again how you started in this and what shaped you. Why is this so passionate? And it's absolutely your passion. And you work with so many people, so many different ways. You meet so many kids, adults, people who want to lose weight, people who just want to have more energy, people who want to do both, people who just want to change their lives and be happier in a more regimented environment. And feel better.
Yes.
So many different things that go into that. But that's starting from the beginning.
Right.
How did you get there? How did you get where you are?
Right. And it started when my oldest son, who's now 17, was a baby. I was just starting to teach myself to cook because I'd gotten sick of what I refer to as mushy vegetables and a slab of chicken. Like that was the extent of my abilities to create anything that was edible. So I was starting to be more aware of what healthy food was and what wasn't, et cetera, And then my son, as a baby, he was about a year, started having digestive problems, and we went to the pediatrician who sent us to the specialist, and we had 52 bazillion tests run, and nothing came back with any, conclusive evidence of him having any issues. And the last pediatric gastroenterologist we saw said, I have no idea. Give him some more olive oil so that he doesn't lose any more weight, and see you later. And I was just
Thanks for your help.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there's obviously something wrong with this child.
And I mean, he had no idea. Like, he had
befuddled.
Yeah, he was befuddled. He didn't know what to do. It wasn't like he was, not helpful. He was out of answers for him.
Right.
So that really was the catalyst for me to dive in deep and figure it out, because my kid needs to be able to want to grow properly.
You gotta keep connection to this.
Yeah.
Right. And he was a baby, and I was freaking out a little bit. So, but I started reading everything I possibly could, and really looking at what we were eating. And when I did that, I was like, oh, all these things that I thought were good weren't.
Right.
So it took me about a year to really heal his diet, or heal his gut. And it was a lot of trial and error, because kids, when they're 13, 14 months old, they're not going, oh, hey, those grapes? Yeah, no.
Right.
It's kind of like, what's coming out today?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a little trial and error, I understand.
Yeah.
This is incredible, because we're talking off camera, and your son is now 5'11",
He's 5'11", he boxes, he's starting his own business, and about to go to college next year.
That's great.
We're going to stay with that, and we want to talk to you about those things. We need to talk to our sponsors for a minute.
Of course.
You guys, come on back here. We're talking to Emmy Kirschner, great author and educator and speaker and coach. I'm here with Mark Cook. This is Scott Tanker. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Today's show is sponsored by Hargrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hargrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hargrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hargrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hargrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural Dry Dog and Cat Food.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee here on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook, and this is Scott Tanker, and this is Breakfast with the Boss, everybody.
We are with Emmy, and she doesn't have to coach Mark on any enthusiastic type verbiage. However, let's talk about the people you meet and how you help them, and if you could explain the transformation. But we do want to make a stop before we go there and finish up with your son.
Okay.
Because we were talking about that before the break.
Right.
Let's take a couple minutes there and then talk about the people you help.
Sure. So once I essentially healed his digestive system, I started talking to friends and family too about what I was doing and just my passion for food. I am absolutely a foodie first, last, and always. And I think that's one of the pieces for my clients that makes it more real for them, because I'm not trying to push some food agenda down their throat that they have to eat any certain way. It's really about what works for them and them defining what health is in their lives. Because it's different for everybody. If we were to line up 50 people and really narrow in deep, everybody would have a different definition.
Does your 5'11" son who boxes and is as strong as a bull, does he have a certain diet now he has to worry about, or is he sort of out of the woods with all this?
No, he's fine. He right now is in this like huge carb phase, which I think is more of a teenage boy thing.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
the pound of pasta.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for a long time, right? Absolutely.
So
yeah.
I think that's less healthy for him. He and I have been talking about, his food and what he's eating, and he's looking at trying, a couple of different variations, mostly because he wants to boost his performance boxing.
Yeah, that's a phase. That is totally a phase. He will grow out of that as soon as he's not competitively boxing like as much anymore.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. You're stacking the carbs so that you have the energy to be able to do that stuff.
But
we all did it.
Yeah, we eat relatively healthy, all the time, and there's not a lot in my house that he can, get.
Munch on.
Well, I mean, there's things to munch, but it's in the grand scheme of healthy, it's all pretty good.
That's what I mean. Yeah. We're not talking about potato chips and pretzels.
No.
Right. That's what I mean. So that's a whole different story for me. And this is why someone like me would have a hard time to change my whole life as to what I like to eat, and even my taste buds have to change because the stuff isn't that tasty all the time.
And that's really the focus of my practice, is including things very slowly, so you're not having this radical change.
Yeah,
right.
And in the ebook, I take everybody through that process so they can get clear about what they want, how they want to define health, what there is really important, their core, and then how to do that in a way that over time they're making healthy choices, so they're not having the whole willpower, guilt, deprivation, experience.
Sometimes that's all I feel is the guilt, deprivation part, and the non-tasty food.
Right.
Now, tell us how you about the ebook, because I want to make sure that people know how to get to it. So tell the audience that on camera 3 there.
Camera 3.
Tell camera 3
Sure.
exactly how to get a hold of you and your ebook.
Of course. So you can find me on social media. I think on pretty much every major platform: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, if I didn't say that, and Google+. And then you can get the ebook on my website. It's emmykirschner.com/piece by piece, and I'll spell my name. It's EMIKIRSCHNER.com/piece by piece.
Now the ebook is one of the things you're doing.
Yeah, and it's free.
And it's free.
It's free.
That's nice too.
Yeah.
And you've
you want to scream that from the mountaintop.
Free!
Yeah, because look, and the subtitle of the book is "How to Get the Help You've Always Wanted," right?
Yeah.
It's so much good information in here that you're gonna change your life kind of the soft or the easy way. Emmy does it in a way that it's not this beat you over the head, really hard, fast changes. I think it's worth it for the price of free for everybody to check it out, and really you can gain a lot of really good knowledge from it.
Does the ebook allow you to assess yourself, or is it more of an action plan going forward?
It's both.
It does a little bit of both.
So the worksheets, the first worksheet takes you through kind of assessing yourself as far as what you want, not as much as where you're at in this particular second with your health, because people know. I'm not where I want to be is all you need to be at. But to understand where you want to go is far more important.
And to define it. Right.
And then the second worksheet and the rest of the book talks about how to get there.
Does it become, initially, am I wrong by saying it's sort of micromanaging yourself? And then all of a sudden, then it becomes natural, and then it becomes, it's not a micromanagement, it's just a natural extension of what you're now doing.
I think it's more about being self-aware than micromanaging. I'm not a big discipline, willpower person. Mostly because while you do need to have some discipline in making choices, it's really the core piece of that is understanding why you're making those choices.
Right.
And recognizing when you feel good or when you don't. And people naturally want to feel good. Most of us, our intention isn't to feel lousy all day. And it's much easier, once you're kind of aware of that, to continue to make those healthy choices.
I think that's a huge piece of it, because being self-aware in different ways can really help identify what those issues are. Like, I'm really self-aware on like the mental side of my life, but I am not self-aware on the physical side. Right? And I think that most people are that way. And you can kind of bridge that gap, which helps people feel more in tune with their physicality, and that really can in turn help your whole general health.
And so how can we integrate food into that result? Because that's what you're telling me. So if I eat a piece of chicken, instead of putting some stuff on it that would make it taste wonderfully wonderful, you don't put on some of that stuff, you eat it more plain.
Or put half of the stuff,
you
right?
Marinate it, or
I gotta take this call. Excuse me, everybody.
This is the bat phone. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go cut to a commercial break.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages, folks.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facial, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
I'll be here on the Radio Vision Network. That was interesting. It was a crazy couple of minutes, right? So we're in the middle of our interview, and then I had to pick up the call from the Deputy Postmaster General.
Right.
And if you missed that, make sure you go back and check it out down there in the archives there at the bottom of the page. I called him a general, a postmaster, but he's also a general at Old Seinfeld line. At the very end, I think I completely threw him off. So make sure you go check that out. But let's focus on the task at hand, right
Which
here.
is what we try to do here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're just going 1,000 different directions. Yeah, we're going crazy.
We're here for everybody. So Emmy Kirschner, we're here with Emmy. She's an author. She's a speaker. She's a coach. She's someone who's going to help you learn about yourself, make you more self-aware. And that's where we were before we disconnected. We're back in, we're connected. Some of the things I'm reading about, you want to ask yourself, what's important to you?
Right.
People move so fast, there's so many things going on that they tend to ride the wave instead of driving it themselves.
Right. Right.
And you're going to give us that independence.
Yes.
Which is really what it is, independence to drive that wave instead of riding that wave.
Yes. Because particularly when it comes to food in our house, it's something that we're doing on our way to something else. Like it's how many times have it's like you run into Wawa or wherever and you're eating in the car because you're on the way to the meeting, or you skip meals, or
I always said food is fuel. That's all I looked at as fuel, but it can be bad fuel.
Right.
That's where we're at.
And that it's like a gas tank in a car. Like if you put crappy gas in your car, it's not going to run effectively, efficiently, or will it be fun to drive.
Right.
So it's the same thing with food. If you're putting healthy food in your body, you're going to feel better. You're going to be more productive. You're going to be more alert. You're going to be having more fun because you have more energy, and you're also going to be more clear. And the way to do that is to be more self-aware, because we're so disconnected. It's like your head's been someplace else from your body.
Well, let me tell you, one of the small changes that I made when I was in my late 20s was I stopped eating in the car. It was really hard at first because we are so go, 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 go,
Oh, yeah.
that one of the things that you feel like you can save time on is eating in the car. And
Right.
honestly, my health changed so much. I didn't even change necessarily what I was eating because I wasn't ready to do that yet. I just stopped eating it in the car, and everything started to improve from that
Right.
really hard decision that I made. Because man, it was
Right.
tough. You have to really adjust,
Yeah.
but it leads to better things.
Well, and what happens is that you aren't even aware of how food tastes. I have a friend who was working with somebody, and he ate in the car all the time, and he was like, I'm getting a Big Mac. I don't care. You're not taking my Big Mac away from me. I will eat all these other things, blah, blah, blah. Once he got the Big Mac and ate the Big Mac outside of the car, and he actually spent a second paying attention to it, he realized he didn't like the taste of it.
Wow.
Like, how powerful is that?
Yeah, that's really powerful, because when you're in the car and you're just scarfing it down, he's not thinking about it.
Of course
Right,
not, no.
right.
Yeah.
And when it's like the bag of chips or anything else that you eat in front of the TV. So the more you pay attention to what you're eating, and I'm not saying you have to be food,
Right.
Right. It's more
Right.
of an internal thing of, am I full? Have I eaten enough? And it's a practice that becomes pretty quick.
Right.
You're far less likely to overeat. Because you've given yourself time.
Yeah, and you're
Essentially.
eating better, and you're on a better schedule, and what I found is that I eat less, right? Because when you get a little bit more regimented on it, and I think that that's part of what you help people with is
Right.
get into the regimen of eating better, healthier. And your approach is cool because you're not like, take it all out, take all the bad stuff out now, because that's really hard to do.
Well,
You're a little bit
no.
at a time.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't have dessert or French fries or chips on occasion in moderation.
Right.
It's choose when you're gonna have them. Make sure they're really good. Like there's good fries and there's less good fries.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you have like that mouth type of thing going on, don't eat those again.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, food is something that we use all 5 senses for, and we're not doing that. And when we do that, it's just a better experience for
All
your health,
around,
for
yeah.
your mindset, for everything, because you're feeling more satisfied.
I'm going to take the other side, just
Okay.
because I do everything wrong here. I do everything wrong. Okay, I'm telling you right now.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, I do everything wrong. I look at food and I say, what's easy, what's convenient.
That's why he's the best.
What's easy, what's convenient.
Right.
I've been thinking about other things all day long. My brain is racked. I just want to put something in my gut and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel more often than not. And I wrestle over, well, be a cheesesteak or a piece of pizza. And I fill it up, and then maybe I'll have some cookies with it. And it's like, all I did was just got a good taste. I'm filled, and I
Right.
moved forward. I didn't think 1 minute about the
Right.
health of it. And how does one change that thinking? You have to
It's
put
hard.
things down. You got to. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all I need now. And
Right.
I'm just being a devil's advocate,
Right.
but I'm being me too at the same time.
Right.
That's all I need is another thing I got to worry about. Another thing I got to discipline myself for.
I hear your point.
What,
She's
why
got an
will life
answer,
be
yeah.
fun? Why will I have fun?
I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
But I know
Oh,
once
yeah.
you do it, I bet it's good.
Because I do it very slowly, and we do it on your terms.
Okay, so
So-
one change every year.
Sure.
No,
You'll be
I'm
making
not
changes
knocking
and
it.
you won't even
Yeah, I
Listen,
know.
if you want to pay her for the next 20 years,
I'm gonna
that's,
do that.
that's
Okay.
fine. She's okay with that.
I'm going to give you my checking account. Just get it right out of it. Okay. But I mean, I want to feel better. I've complained. I can't tell you how much I've complained as I don't feel energetic. I
Right.
don't sleep well. I don't mind when I eat, but I know that's not good for me.
Right, and here's the piece that I see particularly with all of my entrepreneurs, because they chronically I don't have time to do any of this. Right? I'm
Or they don't make
running
the
my
time.
business,
Right.
I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And it's what I said to you earlier, where they slow down and they can get more done in their business
Right.
in a shorter period of
Right.
time. So it's that balance. So it's coming into that place.
I know, and it's sometimes I'm going to be one more. I'm going to give you one more honest thing. I'm afraid if that balance becomes so calm, cool, and collective, that I'll lose my spontaneity. I'll lose my edge. I'll lose the fact that I'm always,
I kind of thought that
you know
too.
what I mean? Is that fair to say that?
No.
Like I'll lose me a little bit.
You will.
What you're saying, I think,
still
is
you.
I'll gain something about me, not necessarily lose
Because
that.
it's all about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and without some of that regimented piece.
Right.
It's about having flexibility, because as much as anybody wants to plan, be black and white, schedule everything out, which are all great things and help people succeed, things happen. Life happens. There's going to be a curveball, and the way I work with people, what we're doing is creating that lifestyle that's fluid, so in those stressful times you have the ability to move with
the stress.
things in a way that works for you, where maybe you're not eating as healthy as you would on the most peaceful day on the planet, with the most time, but you're within a framework that's still 7,000 times heavier or cleaner than that. I worked with a woman, I guess it was a spring. She owns her own business, had a 17-month-old daughter, was pregnant, had her baby, and moved from Louisiana to Virginia, and never lost a beat.
Wow, she had a lot going on.
Yeah. Now, did that mean that she didn't eat pizza while they were in the middle of move? No, I'm sure she had pizza, but she never fell off.
Right. The pizza didn't lead to cheeseburgers and then to French fries
and we had talked about what she wanted to do to prepare within her time frame, and what were good options for her and how to navigate through that.
How do you get people started?
With a health assessment.
Which is a phone call?
Which is a 30-minute phone call with me. There's two things that happen. We talk about everything that person wants to share about what's going on with them, and then also just make sure that we're a good fit for each other, because I'm not meant to work with everybody. There's certainly other health coaches out there who are phenomenal and deliver great results, but it's an opportunity for us to make sure that that's a right fit.
That's a great approach. It really is, because if you guys don't have a good connection, it's not going to be effective work.
Right.
Now, I'm sorry, you do some work with corporations?
I do some work. I'm doing some training programs, mostly on stress and having people reduce their stress levels. And again, not in that, in the instantaneous piece too, where how can we do it right now, but how do we implement a lower stress life?
I didn't realize, I actually saw some like research studies that stress is what kills people, right? It's not the disease, it's not this other stuff, it's the stress that actually kills you.
Stress is related in 80% of all disease, and it is related in something like 90% of all primary care visits.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane, and you think that, oh well, I don't have to worry about that. I just worry about like my car, or my kids, or whatever. And no, that's stress. Any stress is bad. It's bad.
Right, and how you react to it is the biggest problem. And what stress does is it essentially causes inflammation throughout your body.
There's a physical reaction to it.
Right.
It's not just mental, I'm worried about this. No. There's stuff happening in your body. Yes.
It causes brain freeze. It causes inflammation because the hormones are running through your body and your body can't process that, and then it stores it. Inflammation is essentially the root cause of every disease. So when you take the inflammation out, then you're less likely to have any health issues in general. It causes muscle tension. So, it's
the
really...
The byproduct's horrible of all that stuff.
So seriously, if you're stressed out, get in touch with Emmy and she's going to help you not be stressed out.
Yeah, and I give everybody at least 3 different techniques to reduce their stress, like right now.
Cool, like breathing techniques and stuff like that? Awesome. That stuff is really effective, very effective.
And then the foods also that help kind of counteract that the inflammation and help level out your hormones.
Right.
So someone calls you and they're stressed, they're not as energetic as they'd like, they feel they're overweight, and we talked about something off camera which I think is incredibly important. Their self-critic is louder than their self-supporter.
Right.
And what I mean by that, and what we talked about that, is that the inside of you is telling you all the bad things instead of the good things that they should be telling you. And that's a self-critic that you're no good and you can't get out of this rut, and you'll never really be able to do what you want to do.
Right, and what that kind of boils down to, too, is you've got that dialogue running in your head, right? But it keeps you from feeling like you have the ability to make the change. Right. I've done everything, you know, it's hopeless, my body's not going to listen to me, you know, I mean, the list is endless, and it keeps you stuck. So when I'm working with people, we talk about that and other mindset pieces so that you're able to open up and make the shifts, and that's where they come in really easy.
So in terms of exercise, that's incorporated into all this?
Everything. I'm very holistic. We look at every aspect of your life because it's affecting your health. If something's out of balance, you can be eating perfectly, and that's great. But for instance, with stress, you can be eating really, really well, but if you have, you know, a super stressed out job, you're still going to have health issues.
Right.
So it's got to find that balance and help people be really clear about what they want.
What do you say to people who, I guess I'm answering one question, and say, no, I'm okay. You know, you see what they're doing, they're really living, they're not living the healthy life they should, and they think it's great, and they don't believe in all this stuff.
She says, great, call me when you eventually reach your breaking point.
I would say that the majority of people out there need something like this. The overwhelming majority.
Yep.
And there's nothing, what's interesting to me is that if this is so good for us, why can't we get more, I don't want to say government help, but more help to get this stuff done.
More information.
More information.
More readily
more reasons,
available.
You know, more pressure to do this right thing, because this is right thing. Like, we teach this in school. You know, how can we help our kids if we can't help ourselves? How do we? I mean,
do you want to have a
talk to Emmy?
Yeah,
I know that you.
Share, but that's like a whole nother show.
That's me. That's me. Yeah. Well,
all right.
We'll have you back.
Yeah.
That's no problem, Emmy. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Now you also have you are remaking your book Food. What is it? Foodies.
I have an online program that's designed for the parents of picky eaters.
Right.
And it helps parents move through the negotiating struggles, the compromises, the battles, you know, all of that, because I've been through it and I've worked with my clients on it. And to really make mealtimes fun and enjoyable. And the program's called French Fries to Foodies. I'll have a webinar November 3rd. So if you visit my website, probably in the next week or so, you can sign up for it.
So mothers and parents.
Yeah.
This is like an epidemic. This is such a problem for so many families. I know my sister's kids. All they eat is chicken fingers. Honestly, they struggle.
The way we've set society up. I mean, one of the things I talk about is this kids menu, and the whole thought process. We don't, and again, something we don't think about is, well, here's the kids menu. So you're a kid, you eat off of here.
Right.
Right. The kids menu was designed in the 20s as a marketing sales strategy, so that people would eat out more and it wouldn't be expensive for their kids to eat.
Right. It's not the healthiest options.
It's not. What's on the kids menu?
Yeah, hot dogs,
pizza, chicken fingers.
Peanut butter jelly's not bad.
But that's never on the kids menu.
Right. And
very rarely.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese, maybe.
Slowly, I'm seeing a few changes where there at least you could get a side of vegetables or something.
Right.
But it really, if you're only offered those 5 things on a regular basis, why would you eat outside of that?
Right.
That's your comfort zone.
Right.
So I teach parents how to expand that in a way that's easy.
You know what else I found is that when you're a child and your parents are feeding you so much, they might be real healthy for you. But as you get older, you begin to move away from that because the convenience factor comes into play. You know, go get a hot dog. You know, go order the cheesesteak, have them deliver.
Right.
Yeah. Like I don't buy soda at my house. I've never.
How about flavored water? Flavored seltzer water?
We buy a little bit of seltzer water because my kids take that to school. I have one of those
machines.
Soda stream.
Soda stream,
yeah. But I don't put the flavor stuff in it because I think that's gross.
I think it's sparkling ice. It's called. It's got no artificial anything in it. It's like just carbonated water with a little bit of flavoring.
So
it's cool.
Very few canned foods would be on your list.
No, I buy canned tomatoes and beans.
Because you want to get away from the processed stuff, and that's what cans.
Stuff. Tremendous amount of salt.
Yeah. A lot. And like sometimes one serving has your entire day's worth of sodium in it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
Yeah, like your soups. Look at it. Do me a favor. Next time you're in the supermarket and you're grabbing a can of soup,
you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because there's 41% of your daily intake.
There's so much salt in those things. Even like healthy, like the healthy
Even the
ones.
organic soups have a lot of salt in them.
How about the lean cuisines even? I mean, all that stuff.
Yeah, they're not healthy. And a lot of them have a lot of preservatives or artificial foods in them.
Well, that's what happens. They may take out one thing, but then they have to raise the levels of something else to make it taste okay.
Anything that says light, or that's like fat-free, generally has artificial sweeteners in
it.
Yeah. Fresh fruit is always good, right?
Fresh fruit is always good.
Even though fruit isn't even as healthy as it used to be because they spray it with stuff and
fruits and vegetables
still better.
Will actually change your DNA so that the DNA will change to either increase or decrease your risk of almost all diseases based on what your risk factors are.
And of course your cholesterol stuff up there for sure.
Yeah.
There's so many good things to learn about this.
Yeah.
And I guess I need to think about it. And I'm trying to be. I think I'm like a lot of people. Is that you really need to sit back and say, let me try this. Let me try it slowly but surely. Right. Let me call Emmy, which obviously everybody should do.
Yeah.
That'll help me get started on a slow but sure basis towards, tracking my self-awareness, or tracking the things I need to be self-aware of, so that I can eat better, and it will be amazing for what you're telling me that you'll feel better.
Yeah. Like, what would it be like for you to get more done in less time, to have more consistent energy, to feel really good, and to know that what you're putting in your body is actually helping you, and to have less pain?
It sounds almost unattainable.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like me.
So foreign for so many people.
It's like people who can't slow down.
Right. So what if we could reduce that?
That'd be great, as I say. I definitely, from a personal point of view, work on keeping my stress down. And that's good. But I don't do any other things, and I'm wondering I could really be stress-free if I did these other things too.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit going for us, which is what people need to talk about. Talk about yourself and self-awareness. There's a lot of great in everybody. And you got to emphasize the great and minimize the negative. Because I am really good at certain things, but I'm not good at this. So I should try to build myself into this other area.
Well, listen, I urge everybody to go to emmykirschner.com, right? And you can see her name is spelled at the bottom of the screen there. Just go to her website and check her out, because she does so much great things. And guess who's first in line?
I think I'm going to give her a phone call right after this.
Yeah, it has to be.
Guys, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, you've openly admitted that she can help you with certain aspects. I think it's a great idea to just do the half-hour consultation to see what small changes you can make, and we're going to chart your progress.
Why don't I be a guinea pig, as a saying goes?
It's not you're not a guinea pig.
Well, what I'm saying. Like,
you're going to be improving your health and your life.
You can track my improvement through our shows.
You're going to keep up with that with the girlfriend, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now we'll have you back in a day or two, because I'll be better by then, right?
Actually, most of my clients start seeing results within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what we'll do is maybe we'll have you back closer to Thanksgiving. Give me 4 or 5 or 6 weeks.
That sounds great.
And I'll call you.
I totally put him on the spot and made him do that. That's really funny.
If the end result is I'm going to feel better. Energy.
That's it. That's the attitude.
I'm okay with that.
Cool.
I'm okay with that.
Good.
It's been wonderful having you on again. It really is.
Mark, good to see you, Abby. Thank you.
We have so many people on that can help us in so many ways.
That's right.
This way, though, will help in every other way.
Yeah.
If you feel good about it, no matter what else we do in life, it will be easier to do it.
Yeah. Make sure. I'm sorry. I just was going to plug the book again. Make sure you get the free ebook, Piece by Piece.
Yeah.
How to get the help you've always wanted, and you can do that on emmykirschner.com
/piece by piece.
Boom.
And if you want to call her, what's your phone number?
484-888-6563.
Emmy is always available to talk to you. Her assessments will be about 30 minutes, and then each of you can figure out whether you can help each other, because Emmy wants to help you, but she also needs to know whether she can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And part of that is just having a conversation.
Yeah.
It's been a great time again.
Thank you.
That's 2 shows.
I love being here.
We're going to have you back on. You're gonna see my results. I'm gonna grow 4 inches, right? No. No, it's wrong.
She's not magic.
Wrong show. Yeah.
She does great work,
but
not that good.
Yeah.
Miracles are up to the
Magic we're okay with. Miracles are not so good. It's been great. Another great show, Mark.
Yeah, fantastic.
I enjoy coming up, having Emmy, and people like Emmy come in and help us feel better, show us how to feel better about ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what Breakfast with the Boss is all about. It's not about the boss. It's about you internally being the boss of yourself.
That's right.
And I'm so glad we can do this each and every Thursday on RadioVisionNetwork.com. You need to make sure you're here next Thursday, like you can each and every Thursday. And everybody have a great week. Emmy, we will be talking to you again soon. Thank you so much for this incredible reawakening for me, frankly.
Yeah.
And we will see you next Thursday and every Thursday from 9:30 to 10 on RadioVisionNetwork.com. Hopefully you have a great week. We'll see you then.